Listen, I don't have anything to lose. You understand? If the fight gets good numbers, it's because of me. It's not because of him. The only pay-per-view he ever done it was with Tony. We are in great shape. Can they hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm in great shape. My mind is right. I'm just happy. I'm just happy I'm fighting this year because there's so much happening in the whole world for everybody. Everybody's facing difficult troubles in their lives and stuff like that. So I'm just happy that I'm fighting this year because most fighters are not going to fight this for another year and a half now. So I'm just happy I'm getting in it now.
But do you think the way the fight's going to go, you're going to, we talked about it back in March, and you said you got to take it to him, you got to take him out of his comfort zone.
The calm box, I have to go to him. So me to stand there and trying to pick a point and pick punches, I can't do that. It's days of a fight of me fighting, chucking 2 punches. I have to chuck my punches in 3 or 4s, no, in 2s. I have to go in there with 2, 3, 4, 5 punches. So this fight, listen, put it this way. I'm a man who ain't got nothing to lose. But I bring entertainment to you guys, to everybody, to all the fans, to those people who love boxing. So for me to sit there and tell you, I'm going to do this and do this, so it's all a lie. I am going to go to war. That's the only way I know since I started boxing.
And the way you can do that now is you can do that for a whole 12 rounds now, rather than there's no worry about you.
Yeah, I had a great camp. Listen, I've been training for about 9 months for this fight. People forget that. On my last, I only had looking at the board in the gym. I had 1 week off since I boxed David Price.
Is that a first, being that busy?
Yeah.
Excellent. Cheers, Del. I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Okay, Joe from Seconds Out. Joe, do you want to jump in with a question, please?
Yeah. Just a couple from me, Derek. First one is, being that, like you just said, you've had almost a year to train for this fight. How's that shaped you as a fighter?
I think I got more patience now, with everything we're doing. I didn't have no breakdowns in my body or in my muscles or anything. I'm fit. Everything in my body is operating 100%. My mind is right. I'm just. I think it's the best training camp I had since I became professional. There's no hey, we was to rush a job. This was a long grinding every day. So basically, when everybody was in lockdown, 2 of my gyms were open only for me, training an hour a day, every day. And now put me to a position I am in my mindset, my body wise and spirit wise, basically.
And being that Usyk, this is only his second fight at heavyweight, and he hasn't fully filled out in the weight class yet. Do you think you're fighting him at the right time?
Listen, he chose to fight. He chose to fight me. And I said, okay, cool. Listen, I'm gonna have to eat some leather. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna eat some leather. He's gonna have to eat my leather. I'm gonna have to use power punches. I have to go in there and do what I need to do. I can't go there and not do what I just have to do. But for this fight, I'm gonna go there and do what I need to do.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, John Denham from Boxing News. John, do you want to jump in?
Hey, Derek, how's it going?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm good. Could you tell us a bit more about your training setup? I mean, I know David Hayes, your manager, but has he been working with you on in the gym itself, and kind of in what ways has your training camp changed for this fight?
You know what? Well, he's been holding pads for me. No. Has he been training with me, doing lots of stuff? No. He sits there and watch. basically, and just telling me to push for more. And then, but what he did was get the right people around, to do the job for me, which in previous past he's used for his own training camps, and he brought them in slowly but surely, and so far it's actually working right. He don't train me, he just writes the programs, so what's happening on this day and this days and like that, and they all get together, discuss what's happening basically.
I see. And what's your sparring been like for this fight? Is Usyk someone who's hard to get sparring partners to replicate?
You know what? Yes, I tell you what. Yeah, to get any southpaws who box like Usyk, it's a lie. And for him to get a fighter like me to go sparring like me, it's a lie. He got Dave Allen in, so we could tell exactly he was struggling on that situation. For me, all I needed to do was not try and get people who box like Usyk. I had to get southpaws. I can understand the way they stand and the way they move their feet. And if we got that right now. So the game is in play, because if that's right, the punches are going to land the other way.
Yeah. And just finally from me, you've had a lot of fights, very experienced, but what does this fight mean to you? Like, what would it mean to you to beat Usyk on Saturday?
It's a big fight, but in the terms of like the fans are not there to cheer me on. The whole situation happening it's starting to give a bit of hope for the next 1 week, because I think beginning of this weekend, I think most people have been talking about this fight. They forgot all about the troubles for that split second. So I think Saturday and Sunday will be a great day for everybody. They forget the problems for a while. So for me, it's just trying to bring entertainment to those at home.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much, Derek, and best of luck for the fight.
Thanks, John. If you pass to Fuad, do you want to jump in with a question, please, mate?
Hi, Derek. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How are you? You good?
I'm alright, man. How are you?
No, I'm good, man. Thank you. Good to see you. First and foremost, obviously, you are used to fighting in front of big crowds, chanting your name, like pushing you on, and it motivates you to bring out that war side in you. You don't have that this time. It's an empty arena. How are you feeling about going into such situation, and how are you going to deal with it?
We already started dealing with it. We got a gym down here. In the gym when we're sparring, put no music, because it's my corner, and I have a corner shouting instructions.
Yeah.
When I came here today, train with no music, trying to get into that vibe of fighting with no crowd, and this goes both ways, because he's gonna be the same, train. Sorry, 1 second, Josh. Where's my water?
Just
okay. Where's my box?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't leave my stuff. I'll understand you, mate. Sorry, mate. So basically, you have to understand, this guy's boxing in front of a crowd as well. Since on the gold medalist, since he done all his whole career, he's never boxed behind closed doors.
Yeah.
At least the closest I have a deep block behind closed doors is when I boxed at in Monaco, and then beyond that, when I signed with we would have a promotion company. To be open, close, or and that's heartbreaking, because there's no crowd. So I'm used to that. So so it's gonna be hard for both parties, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just two quick ones. I'm in the studio of ESBC, the new boxing game that's dropping soon. The fans have been waiting for that for a long time. Now, when you get your hands on that, there's some rumored legend. Say again?
Who's released that game?
It's called Steel City Interactive, an independent studio in Sheffield. But what I was saying is there's rumored to be some very big legends in the game, like Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, all sorts of legends, heavyweight legends that I'm sure you would have loved to see yourself against. When you get your the hold of the game, who are you putting yourself in against first?
I think I already did actually hold of a game. I already created my own content of a game. I'll show you 1 second. You'll be the first guy I show this to. You'd be you like it. I haven't showed it to anybody.
Exclusive, worldwide exclusive right now.
Yeah, if I can find it. think 1 second. I have to show this. It's quite cool, interesting. You like it? You want to see it? I think everybody's anxious to see it now, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got us waiting now.
I have to find it first, though, man. You know, loads of people message. I don't save numbers, so I have to find who sent it. Oh my God. You know, I'll ask you a question and while I look for this.
I've got the last one's a very independent question. I'm gonna save that, so I'll let you find it real quick.
In the meantime, while Derek's looking for it, to David Charlesworth from Press Association. David, do you want to ask a question?
I found it.
Found it?
See it?
Yeah. Good.
So basically, how can I? Where? Well, I need to see myself first. Fucking. So I just did a mock-up of.
Oh. Which game is that?
The boxing game.
Oh, that's Joshua, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was Joshua and Fury. Okay.
So it'll be out soon. Bootleg. Don't worry about that. Be releasing.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, my last question is for the Dylan White rematch. You had a brilliant little analogy with the laxatives. I want to hear a good one for this one, man. What's Usyk gonna? What's the analogy for Usyk?
I don't know. I don't know. You listen. First of all, let me explain to you. This guy is a good guy, man. There's nothing bad about this man. You know, he won a gold medal. He's won everything he was given in front of. He's beating everybody. So for me to come out and say anything bad about this guy just makes me look stupid. You understand? You know. So for me, I can't say anything bad about this guy because he's done it all. He's won everything. You know, he's a good fighter. You know, he's not like he's a bad fighter. He's done anything wrong to anybody. He's a good athlete. Yeah. So all I have to say, man, I'm gonna have to eat some leather to get to him. You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, all the best on Saturday, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to David from Press Association, please.
Thanks, Dan. Hi, Derek. How are you?
Moran, how are you?
Good, man. Yeah, not too bad. Thank you very much. There's a bit of a riff on a question that's already been asked. Do you think he's faced the kind of power you'll be bringing to the table in either sparring or in his professional career? Do you think it'll be a bit of a shock to him?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a shock to him, you know, because only some cruiserweights did this, you know, David and Holyfield, you know, from cruiserweight coming up because they had the power there and they had the achievement they wanted to do in the heavyweight, come in there with power. So if you got power already, you're good. You know, you have to look at if he's got enough power to bother any heavyweights. You have to look at his knockout ratio in there, cruiserweight. So, listen, as I keep saying, man, I'm gonna have to eat leather to lend my leather. So when I lend my one, he will know he's been here.
There's talk of obviously if Alexander wins, that he might face Joshua after. Do you think he's maybe looking past you towards that?
Hey, listen, man. You know, man makes plan and God laughs at him, my friend. You make a plan to go out for dinner tomorrow, and then Boris locks down the whole city down. So it's no big deal. I'm not bothered about that. Like, wow. If they making plans, you know, I keep saying this already. You know, I keep saying this. I have said this already on Sky that I want fair judges. I want a fair referee. You know, because you know, the last time I was in a big fight with Dylan White, I didn't have a fair ref. You know, I ended up getting my points taken, and I thought I was behind, and I started chasing the fight, and then I got knocked out. So I just want everybody who they put in the ring to be fair, because this is very, very, you know, we train hard for this. I train hard for this fight, you know, myself, even himself. So I want a fair judge and fair judges and fair refereeing. Basically, that's what I'm asking for, you know. So we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Derek. Thanks very much for your time and all the best.
Okay, go to Cynthia from Ring TV, please. If you just take yourself off mute, Cynthia, then we'll be able to hear you.
Okay, good morning. I wanted to commend you both on the brilliant marketing you both had about this fight. It's made us all happy. It's true. You have made us forget about the trouble that we have been going on in the world. If you can describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be? Going into this fight. Yes, you.
First of all, the marketing was done by David and the Haymaker team. It was not done by Usyk's team. That's all us. You know, the whole idea you see, the whole Fright Night, that's all David. You know, so, you know, shout out to David for doing that. But for me, you know what? Sorry, ask again your question again so I can answer you the right way.
If you could describe yourself in 3 words, especially going to this fight, what would they be?
3 words. Fit, ready to go to war, and crazy.
And lastly, what was the best advice David has given you before you step into the ring on the 31st?
I think, you know, this is the first fight I've seen him so confident, you know, saying he's actually like telling me, you know what, there's nothing else we can do, you know, because we've trained for 8 months and I've got everything right. I have knocked out all my sparring partners in sparring. We've actually put an ad out saying we'll pay you £2,000 if you go southward, if you can come down and knock me out. And nobody has come and tried to knock me out. They all end up running out of the gym because they can't handle the power and the pace. So, you know, I wanted to increase the price up to 20,000, but David said no. You know, so I'm just ready to fight. I'm just ready to go.
Well, best of luck to you in the ring.
Thank you.
Thank you. We go to Neil from SNTV.
Hey, Derek. Good to see you again.
Hey,
How are you?
Good morning, mate.
I just was speaking to David, and he said that, you know, this training camp was kind of like no other for you. He put you through what he called sickening levels of punishment to get ready for Usyk. I mean, what was it like, you know, having such a long time to prepare and taking yourself to places perhaps you'd never been before? Just take us inside that mindset and that training camp.
But because when we announced the fight, we already knew we were fighting in time, like after we boxed David Price. So we were just looking for when we can announce, and everybody was trying to get the money balance and everything, like to get the right money and what date we can have this fight. So when that happened, we already started training. So people, when you tell people you're training this, you know, they expect fighters to train for 2 hours or 3 hours a day. No, that's not training. That's just stupid, basically. You know, what I did was train every day during lockdown for an hour. You know, and then when lockdown finished, I increased my training sessions from morning to the evening. So I would train in the morning for an hour, and I'll train in the evening for an hour. And that's it. That's what I did since David Price. So it was yes, for an hour you have to train hard for an hour. After that, it's done. But if you train for 3 hours hard, you're not going to train hard enough again for tomorrow. So totally it's like a catch-22. Train once a day for an hour hard, and you just increase it afterwards.
But what did he get you doing that he's saying you had kind of sickening levels of punishment? What did you have to encounter in this training camp to get yourself in this shape?
For instance, basically, we did 2 weeks of sparring back to back every day, 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 12 rounds, 2 weeks every day. And then we taking a week off. We did a hell week where we do so much cardio for an hour, which there's no rest. And then after that, we come back from hell week. We go back again into 2 weeks of sparring, back to back every day. We'll probably have about 5 people in the gym, and then one comes in, one comes out, one comes in, and I'll stay in there for 8 rounds, 6 rounds. So by me explaining that to you, you should guess exactly what's happening. You know, come on there. And then after you do the rounds of sparring, you jump on the vertical climber or the bike. You have to just go to the other side. But most fighters don't want to go to the other side. So basically, that's what we did.
Thanks. Well, good luck on Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we've got time for about 3 more. So if you just pass to Ryan from Boxing Social.
Hi, Derek. Thanks for joining us. Just the one question from me. In your career, your extensive career, you fought a who's who of heavyweights, a lot of the top names from not only this era, but also a decade ago. Where do you think Oleksandr will measure compared to the guys you shared the ring with in the past?
He's in the top 10, bro. He's in the top 10. You know, he's won everything. He's coming up to heavyweight. He's a good fighter. You know, he's in the top 10. He's in my top 10, actually, to be honest with you. I'm a big fan of his as well, so he's in the top 10 of mine.
And the last thing I want to ask you about, Derek, you touched on it a little bit before.
I have one question. You said you had one question.
Sorry, could I sneak in one more? Is that okay?
Okay, go on.
A couple of weeks ago, David Hay put out an offer of £1,000 to anyone who could come down at the gym and knock you down. Did anybody at all take you up on that offer and come down at the gym, Derek?
Yeah, they did come. They did try, but they didn't take my money. Love my money too much.
All right, Derek. Well, thank you so much. Sorry for sneaking an extra question in there. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Ryan. If you go to Matt from Behind the Gloves.
This is Matt from Behind the Gloves in association with S-Jam Boxing. Derek, you've mentioned before you're now a man of God, born again. How has your faith played a part in getting you where you are today?
Big time, big time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Faith is the right way to go, man. Because, like, you know, after Monaco, I just looked at everything. I was like, I have to give something, you know. And I looked at both like great athletes out there, and I saw some of them, like, when things were not right, they went back to faith, and then I did the same thing, you know. Cut out my drinking. I used to drink a lot, man. I'm like 2 years and 10 months sober now, coming up to 3 years. I'm so happy about that. So faith was a big part of my boxing career. Basically, my third part coming back again. So basically, that's what's happening in my life. Faith right now.
If successful on Saturday night, obviously that'll open the door for, you know, loads of different kind of opponents. I know you mentioned Tyson Fury. Is that the road you want to go down if you get past Usyk on Saturday night, going straight for Tyson?
It's all about what the fans want to see, man. If they want to see me with Tyson Fury, if they want to see a rematch again with Dylan, it's all there.
Thanks, Matt. If you could pass over the Boxing News TV.
James here for Boxing News TV. Pleasure to meet you, Derek. Just a few questions from me. First of all, Derek, you might be aware from this. Looking around at the expert opinion as we approach this fight, it seems like you aren't being backed to win, and there are those who think this would be a walkover for Usyk. How does that make you feel when you hear and see people not backing you on your biggest opportunity to date?
I'm not really bothered. I don't care. You know, everybody's got their own opinion. You know, some people like KFC, some people like McDonald's. Everybody, you know, we are human beings. Everybody likes their own opinion. You know, when AJ lost the fight with Ruiz, they slandered him. They said so many things about him, and he said when I win the rematch, you're gonna have to bow down to me. They're like, yeah, right, and then he won it. And then guess what? The same people are back on his tushes, you know. So, but it's just human beings. It's a way of human beings, how they are, you know. They have to say what makes them feel happy, and that's whatever happens. I don't really care, to be honest. What people say, the bookies say the same thing, so I'm not really bothered about that.
David Hay is campaigning for you to become WBO mandatory if you beat Usyk. If you beat Usyk and it comes down to it, would you be willing to step aside and allow for a heavyweight unification for all the belts between Joshua and Fury, or would you want your shot enforced?
Oh yeah, man. If Eddie Hearn comes with with big numbers, I'll look at the numbers. If Tyson and AJ, what they're gonna get, if he offers me 50 mil, say that, step aside. I'll step aside. I don't mind. I'll step aside for the fans. If the fans want to see that fight, you know, we were promoted the Deontay Wilder fight with AJ. They didn't make it happen, you know. People like, oh, fight this. But I think if it's meant, but you have to understand, Tyson has to fight Dylan or Alexander Povetkin, and he's gonna have to fight Deontay Wilder. Don't think by Deontay Wilder saying, "Oh, He's not fighting in December. So the contract is run out. No, it hasn't run out because this pandemic has messed up everything for everybody. So that's another excuse for them to say, you know what, the one fight deal is still happening right now. So, you know, I won't be surprised if we don't see Deontay Wilder back in the ring with Tyson Fury by next year summer.
Okay, if we just move to Steve to finish with. Only got time for one more, Steve. Sorry about it, mate.
Hiya, Derek. It's Steve from Boxing UK. Derek, one of the things David said is in the past you've not quite been able to crack the elite level because you've only been given 80%, but for this fight you've been given 100%. What's that 20% difference and why now?
There's nothing else to do in lockdown, man, apart from training. So you have to keep that 20% now. Joking. It was just, you know, when everything just comes together, you just understand boxing, and that's what's happening right now with me.
Thanks, Derek. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Take care. Everybody stay safe. Take care.
Okay, so the Andy Scott Sports Box.
Where?
Just over there on that seat, under the microphone. Thanks, Eric.